Guys, what the hell is happening over at Warner Brothers Discovery? Breaking news. The Batgirl movie starring Leslie Grace and Michael Keaton, directed by Bad Boys for Life directors Adi and Bilal, has officially been scrapped. It's not being released, even though it was at the tail end of post production. It's not going to see the light of day on either HBO Max or in theaters. Wow. Wow. Please tell me more. I'm going to go over this THR article. I have not read this yet. So hang in there with me because, like you, I am just wanting to know what the hell is going on. This comes from the Hollywood Reporter, their Heat Vision article. Batgirl and Scoob Holiday Hunt scrapped at Warner Brothers amid cost savings push. The DC feature was budgeted at around 80 million with costs rising to nearly 90 million due to COVID-19 protocols. And there's Leslie Grace right there attending the premiere of The Suicide Squad. She was excited to play Batgirl and bring her to live action for the first time in the golden era of comic book movies. And the article starts by saying, in a surprising development, Warner Brothers will no longer be releasing Batgirl, the DC film that already completed shooting and was expected to arrive on HBO Max this year. The unusual move comes after a change in leadership at Warner's, with newly installed Warner Brothers Discovery CEO David Zaslav prioritizing on cost-cutting measures and refocusing Warner's on theatrical films rather than creating projects straight for streaming, as had been a priority for former Warner Media CEO Jason Kilar. Batgirl was budgeted at around 80 million, with costs rising to nearly 90 million due to COVID-19 protocols. It's a hefty sum, but significantly lower than DC's theatrical releases. Thus, the film is said to not have the spectacle that audiences have come to expect from DC fare. The Batman, released in March, had a budget of 185 before marketing costs. Warner's also decided to shelve animated features Scoob Holiday Hunt, which had a budget in the $40 million range. Batgirl starred in the Heights breakout Leslie Grace as Barbara Gordon Batgirl and hailed from Bad Boys for Life filmmakers Adi El Arbi and Bilal Fallah. Its cast also included Michael Keaton back as Batman, J.K. Simmons as Barbara's father, Commissioner Gordon, and Brendan Fraser as the villain Firefly. I completely forgot that he was in this movie. Damn. Insiders say that big budget films have made directly for streaming no longer financially makes sense under the company's new strategy. In June, Zaslav tapped MGM's Michael DeLuca and Pamela Adby to run Warner's, replacing Toby Emmerich. Warner Bros. Discovery leadership has been looking to find $3 billion in cost savings after the merger of Warner Media and Discovery closed in April. Major cuts along the way for the conglomerate have included streaming service CNN Plus, which cost $300 million before the plug was pulled a month after launch, and J.J. Abrams' pricey HBO original Demi Monde, which aimed to have a $200 million plus budget. Meanwhile, HBO Max has pared down its programming focus area for originals, cutting the Gordita Chronicles after a season as a part of a strategy shift away from live action kids and family programming. Linear networks under the Warner Bros. Discovery umbrella, like TNT and TBS, also had originals cut in recent months. Under Killar, Warner shattered the theatrical window, sending its 2021 slate day and date to HBO Max in a one-year experiment, which backfired. Now Zaslav appears to be engineering a total about-face and emphasizing the importance of theatrical over streaming in terms of original movies. Batgirl had a winding road. Joss Whedon initially signed on to write and direct in 2017, then dropped out a year later. Batgirl directors who work under the name Adi and Bilal boarded in 2021 as they were hot off revitalizing the Bad Boys franchise. In January of this year, Grace shared the first look photo of herself in costume, along with a quote from the comic book Batgirl Year One. I use their expectations against me. That will be their weakness, not mine. Let them all underestimate me. And when their guard is down and their pride is rising, let me kick their butts. Wow. This is a shocker right here. So Warner Bros. Discovery is saying that this is a cost savings move, that they want to focus on big spectacles for DC as opposed to smaller. But in regards to Batgirl, this is a project that really was a head scratcher because you had J.K. Simmons, who was Commissioner Gordon for Ben Affleck's Batman, with Michael Keaton's Batman. And which universe would this Batgirl movie take place in? A lot of questions that were probably going to be answered in the marketing. Remember, this movie had to be released after the Flash movie, which was going to reintroduce Michael Keaton's Batman, and thus with all the release date changes with the merger, suddenly, like in the article, Warner Bros. Discovery is having an about face. And then you think about Ben Affleck's Batman or Bruce Wayne coming back for Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Could it be that Warner Bros. Discovery is throwing out the old plans, the plans that wanted maybe Michael Keaton's Batman to be the main DCEU Batman, which never made sense, to revive Christopher Reeve's Superman, which is a rumor going around the internet regarding the Flash movie? Who knows what they were planning to do? But clearly, a lot of things are happening behind the scenes. Nothing is safe from the DCEU apart from the movies that were showcased at Comic Con. Shazam! Fury of the Gods, which looks very promising, and Black Adam. If there is a big takeaway from all of this, it's that David Zaslav is not fucking around. Okay, this merger cost them a lot of money. And not just that, think about what AT&T did by doing the day and date release, by pushing all the movies onto HBO Max. The amount of Hollywood relationships that were severed because of this. Okay, it's called damage control. And I'm sorry, I hate to see the Batgirl movie get shelved, especially after it was this close to being done. I was rooting for directors Adi and Bilal and Leslie Grace. What this means for her career going forward, I don't know. This has got to be a pretty devastating blow for her. Maybe with enough hashtags, campaigns, from the cultists, this movie might see the light of day. But I can't help but also think about if release a Snyder cut was happening this year. Does that movie ever happen and exist? Count my blessings. I'm happy we got that movie. But the fact that they're shifting some things behind the scenes and Ben Affleck is making an appearance in Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, this could bode well for those who want to see more of Henry Cavill's Superman and Ben Affleck's Batman. I'm sorry to bring it up. Okay, I'm reading the terrain right now, and I don't want to see Batgirl get shelved, but clearly they looked at the previous regime's plans and they thought, what the hell is this? And, we'll see what happens with Michael Keaton's Batman. We'll see what happens with the Flash movie. I literally do not know what they're going to do. Okay, they scrapped Batgirl, which was $70 million. The Flash movie, we're talking about $200 million. More than double, almost triple. And that's not including if there's any reshoots, the marketing. It's only going to get more and more interesting. It's unfortunate what happened with Batgirl. Brendan Fraser, man. I was looking forward to seeing him as well. But yeah, complete shocker, guys. Complete shocker. You guys let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know down below. Thanks for tuning in on this video, and we'll see what happens next. Until then, you guys take care.